Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me. So I'm really excited about today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking into songs from source. So this is a bit different. So I've been writing songs, I've mentioned it many times on this channel. I've been writing songs since 2019. And so I went ahead and I did a random shuffle with 12 songs. And 3 of them, these were the top 3, the first 3 that got picked in that shuffle, and that's what I based the album cover designs off of. So this is a collage of artwork and other designs of credited artists. So this is not AI, right? Not AI, a little different. So I created album cover designs. I also did a little origami here for you guys. So this is going to be revealing the songs. Now, I may sing some, I may read it. I don't know. I'm not really a singer, but I'm not exactly tone deaf either. So we'll just see what wants to come organically, what we'd like to experience. But the reason why I put these songs in origami envelopes here for you guys is because I don't want to reveal the titles. The titles make it a little too obvious what the song's about. So I kind of want you guys to look at these album cover designs, and when I introduce the groups, I'm just going to read a line in that song, and that's going to be how you choose your group. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the latest podcast episode on my channel. I should have by now uploaded my most recent podcast episode for my Soul Awakening channel, where I just sent out an update on some of the things I've been looking into, talking about breaking free of the matrix. I've been reading up on P.T.'s Gita, Scriptures for Now. So that's by Prash Trivedi, and that is an online ebook available for those who are interested in breaking free of the matrix, who would like to read that. And I talk about it on that channel. In that video, I also talk about the proper and improper uses of astrology and tarot, which, I know sometimes when it comes to looking into predictions or the future or whatever, the lines can be a little bit blurred, but I just wanted to put more of an emphasis on some of the things I've been picking up that has been helping me. And I admit that I definitely stumbled into tarot late. I didn't really know what I was doing. I wanted to try it out, and I've learned a lot in these last few years of using tarot for myself. And astrology, I've been into that for a little bit longer, so I also talk about that there. Go ahead and also check out any of the other episodes on my channel if you're interested. I would really appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and move forward into introducing the groups. All right, so let's go ahead and look at these album cover designs we have here. So for group number 1, the line you have is "Hum your favorite song," she says. Group number 2, you have "Treat them as yourself." And group number 3, you have "Destroy impurities and reveal obscurities." Let us start your meditation. All right, here is your singing bowl. All right. Group number 1, if you chose "Hum your favorite song," she says, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Okay, group number 1, welcome to your reading. All right, so I have no crystals. We're just going to dive into the album song first, and then I will start pulling some tarot and oracle cards afterwards. And I usually finish with some astro dice, so we'll see if I do that. Okay, so excuse me. Looking at your card, your album design, we have a young woman here who's playing under a tree. Very beautiful. And these lyrics here will further experience that. So the song you guys actually got is Miracles Trickle. And excuse my handwriting. it's not the best. This I know. So we got the little cute bear who looks like he has a lute, or yeah, it looks like a lute. Could be an ukulele. Alright, so here are the song lyrics. So I did narrow it down so that I didn't have repeats in it. Usually the songs last about 2 to 3 minutes. And I forgot to mention that I may or may not play a portion of the song, just depending on if they don't copyright me, because they have done that with my songs before, and sometimes that does get annoying. We'll see. So I wrote this one last November. So there's the date, 11/24/24. I write the dates because they're like journal entries sometimes. So it just reminds me of, oh, what was I thinking on that day? All right, here are the lyrics.
Come to me, God, and show me where to go. I feel you in my veins, subtle tremor beyond the pain. Holding on to pain makes me push you away, but you won't let me go. You won't let me go. Some say it's for now, and I say it's forever. You know how it makes me feel when we're together. They say perfection don't exist. Then what is this? What is this? It's everlasting love. That's everlasting love. You never know, you never know, you never know a love like this unless you take a chance on life. Miracles trickle like you found a lucky nickel, led into a pot of gold. You're beautiful soul. They say dreams are made of this, a formless mass filled with bliss. At every corner you turn, there's always something new to learn. Mama told me to catch the breeze while sitting under the tree. Your favorite song, she says. It was written by them.
All right, so going over that, I will say it out loud. If the singing didn't come through clearly on the mic, I'm honestly not sure how this is going to be captured. So the first line is stanzas. Come to me, God, and show me where to go. I feel you in my veins, a subtle tremor beyond the pain. Holding on to pain makes me push you away, but you won't let me go. So yeah, this is the experience of tuning into the divine that we're always connected to, right? It's in our veins. And they say that, a lot of people say that God or divine is not the pain. You know, the pain is the separation from God. So that energy beyond the pain is really what God is, beyond the anger. So holding on to pain makes me push you away. So that shows you when we're so focused on our pain, we push the divine away. That's our tendency. We push hope away and positivity away. Make some space here. But it says holding, but you won't let me go. And I feel like that's definitely the way that the divine relationship is with us. I feel like the divine never lets us go. They're always here supporting us. It says here, some say it's for now, and I say it's forever. You know how it makes me feel when we're together. They say perfection don't exist. Then what is this? it's everlasting love. Yeah, and I think that goes hand in hand with this idea of what really is love. And I think most of the time the love that we experience it's just manipulation. It's not really love. And we kind of know that. We kind of sense there's something off about this dynamic of this idea of what society has taught us what love is. But this shows you that the love of the divine is forever, right? It's forever, it's everlasting, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop just because you're not paying attention, or you're not your best that day, or you're not being nice to people that day. It never stops. It's very supportive no matter what. And it says, how it makes me feel when we're together. Yeah, and this idea of perfection, I think that is the only feeling of perfection. There's no other kind of perfection other than that feeling. And it's fleeting. It doesn't feel like it's, sustainable all the time. But when it happens, it feels beautiful. And then it says here, you'll never know a love like this unless you take a chance on life. So part of experiencing true love in this life is taking a chance on life, taking a chance on yourself, taking a chance on following your dreams, taking a chance on doing what you feel is right. And so that's the divine telling you, hey, do the thing that your heart is truly calling for you to do. Because the way that the programming works in this world is a lot of times when we follow our heart, it's in contrast to the way the rest of society exists. So you're having to go against the grain, against the currents, and against the programming, the mass programming. Then the next line says, miracles trickle like you found a lucky nickel, leading to a pot of gold, you beautiful soul. Yeah, so I kept trying to do the pot of gold under the tree, and I just couldn't get it to look natural and nice in this image, so I just stuck with the girl under the tree. We'll talk a little bit more about the album cover. I'm not really focusing on that right now, but it says here, miracles trickle like you found a lucky nickel. Yeah, someone was saying miracles are what we create. It's our relationship to the divine. So everything is created out of our hard work and endurance. It's not just given to us because we're just great and wonderful beings. We're actually working to be kind. We have to work to be of service. We have to work on ourselves. And that's actually what creates the miracles. So these miracles are created as a result of your efforts, of you putting your heart first, prioritizing that. And miracles trickle in. It's not like you're experiencing one miracle after another. They kind of just trickle in, little here and there and here and there. And it's so interesting. I think I've been experiencing a trickle of miracles this past couple years, where when I really need help, it just sort of shows up in the most random way, and I'm the only one who's thinking, oh my gosh, it's like this is not going to work out, and it would just literally come from left field, and it'll be exactly what I need. So that's the miracles I've been experiencing. So it says you found a lucky nickel. Yeah, the nickel to me is about paying attention. It's about you look, you find it. You wouldn't find that lucky nickel if you didn't see it, if you didn't notice a glint on the ground. So you have to notice the lucky nickel to be able to pick it up to begin with. And then you follow the trail, and the trail is the mystery of life. Like, oh, I wonder where this is going to take me. So you follow that trail, and it leads to that pot of gold. So you took a chance, you followed your heart. Of course, you're going to find a pot of gold. And the gold really is the alchemy of gold that you've created from your experiences. It's from the journey that you went on to learn about yourself. So it says here, they say dreams are made of this, a formless mass filled with bliss. Yeah, and I think that also goes hand in hand with this idea of what dreams are. There's like the lower three states of consciousness of what dreams are, which is material things. And then there are the higher states of consciousness, which, bliss is the seventh level of consciousness. That's the God consciousness. That's the unity consciousness, when we feel so whole and complete in this universe and we feel united with Source. So that's really the dream. We just sometimes don't realize that's what we're leaning into. But it's this feeling of completeness. We're doing a lot of things to find that completeness, whether that's getting into a relationship or seeking a sort of career path or doing something really well or trying to be of service or helpful to people. We're trying to find our place in this world, to find that feeling of completeness. And I wrote here, it's a formless mass filled with bliss. So it really is about an experience that you yourself create through your efforts of tuning in and becoming more self-aware and enjoying this journey. At every corner you turn, there's always something new to learn. That's also the exciting part, is like there's always an adventure to experience. There's always something to gain, and that's actually kind of exciting. Like, you know, the universe is so interesting that you'll just never know every speck and corner of existence. It's our journey to keep going that keeps us motivated, and we need some sort of motivation. Even in spiritual evolution, even the angels need some sort of motivation to keep evolving in their ways too. Mama told me to catch the breeze while sitting under the trees. So to me, that mama feeling is that feeling of nurturance from source. It doesn't have to be a mother figure in your life unless you have a mother who's told you those words. To catch the breeze. So that means like be in the moment, right? Catching the breeze. It's a fleeting moment. Mama told me to catch the breeze while sitting under the trees. Yeah, you think about it, you can't really catch a breeze, but you can experience it, right? And catching the breeze really just requires you to pay attention to what's happening. Sitting under the tree, usually the tree is where we're getting all of the knowledge, the insight, as this young lady is under this beautiful blue melodic tree here. She's catching the breeze under it. That was kind of what I pictured when I was like singing it. I saw a young woman sitting under a tree. It wasn't even me. I see characters in my place. I don't usually see myself doing these things, which is kind of funny. Okay, it says, hum your favorite song. She says it was written by them. Yeah, so the songs are really the higher angelic, that's that crown chakra downloads we're receiving from the divine, where they're just singing us these sweet melodies. And it says it was written by them. And this is a song about a song, right? And it's so funny because we're doing songs from source. But yeah, I would say I don't write my songs. I'm just moving my hand with the pen. And, you know, the divine is using me as a tool. I let them use me as a tool to write these songs because it's fun. It's just fun. It feels so wonderful to be able to express myself clearly or just to experience it. Because sometimes these experiences they're saying so much, and the song is definitely capturing the essence of it, but my day-to-day life is a bit more subtle here. So sometimes I have to like look back at these songs to be like, what did I say? Yeah. So that just goes to say, show you that the songs, the melodies that we hear definitely are divinely inspired and written. And they generously, they just offer us those beautiful melodies. That's what they're here to do, uplift us and uplift our spirit. So I don't know if maybe 11, 24, 24, you feel connected to these numbers, right? So we have a sequence of multiple 2s, 4s, and then 11 adds up to 2 as well. I think that's about finding harmony within yourself. 11 is a self-mastery number. 2 is the foundation of 4. If you multiply 2 by 2, it equals 4. But 2 is about harmony. 4 is about grounding, stability, which adds up to 6, which is also like more of a nurturing, harmonious feeling as well. 2 is more about balance. And I think that's also a reminder that life will always find a way to come into balance regardless of what situations. Okay, beautiful. So those are the messages that Source had for you. You can look at the album cover. It was originally, the tree was green. I changed it to blue because I was feeling the blue. And I kind of wanted to go with the theme of the blue. The second album design I created is the only one that didn't have the blue in it. But yeah, it feels so calming, very calming. And you can just see what else you're receiving from it. It feels a little what do you call it? A little melancholic too. You know, blue can be as such. And I think that just goes to show you there's nothing wrong with feeling melancholic or melancholy in your experiences. It's about, you know, that's just one perspective is the melancholy. Eventually we find our way out of it. And sometimes singing a song helps us to get out of it too. Right, so let's just see what else Spirit would like to say to you, group number 1. Okay, we have a 4 of Swords, very fitting for the 24-24 we had there. So this is about finding stability in your mental headspace. That's what's important here. They're emphasizing the importance of finding mental stability. We have here Mother Lode. Yes, we have 1 Virgo. It says prosperity, jackpot, and success. Good fortune, having plenty. And then I'll finish pulling some more cards for you guys. We have here Child Divine. That's definitely you. You are the Child Divine. We get the Shapeshifter. I was like, perfect. 1 card, not a million. Oh, so 24 minutes on the clock. Oh, we get Cancer, the 4th zodiac sign. Okay, we have a really nice theme for you. And Cancer is also taking us to the energy of nurturance and that mother. Mother Earth, Mother Universe, Universal Mother. We have here, I open to love and I receive love. Okay, and I'll read the rest. Oh, you got some root chakra. Okay, we got a strong theme. So right now, Source is really encouraging you to get very grounded here, to feel grounded, to feel connected. And I think definitely feeling connected to Mother Earth. With all of this mother themes coming through, we got that Virgo energy, which is also very nurturing and mothering as well. Spend some time, I think, in nature. This will help you to ground. Spend some time in meditation and in quiet, where you're not doing anything. Okay, you're not writing a song. You're not trying to think about anything. You're just like nothing. Just sit there and be there with yourself. And yeah, I think there might be a little bit too much chatter right now that's going on in your headspace that is a bit distracting from you feeling content and perhaps with the Shapeshifter more fluid in your existence here. I think that's going to be very important. So we got the root chakra, says your essential oils. Aromatherapy has powerful healing properties. To open the root chakra, try burning earthy essentials, candles or incense like sandalwood, cedarwood, patchouli, cloves, ginger. I would say even saging. Palo Santo is also good. Santo Palo? Okay. I always say it wrong. I don't know. I psych myself out, man. Yeah, but like earthy, like woodsy scents I think would be really nice for helping you to feel more grounded. We have here, I am at home in my own body. There we go. That's a clue right there. The body is the easiest form of instrument for us to feel grounded. You know, if, let's say we didn't have like a nice greenery or space we could go to. Let's say we lived on the 100th floor of an apartment building and we couldn't just access ground or earthy garden available to us or grass. Then use your body. Use your body, connect to your body. You know, close your eyes and just like you can meditate, sort of like Vipassana meditation, where you imagine just like feeling these electrical charges traveling through your body, maybe from head to toe or toe to head, and feeling all of the sensations in your body, the vibrations, the pores, you know, the touch of air. Like if you literally, you could pick any place on your body right now, and at first you don't feel it, and then you feel it. And so many people are just numb and disconnected to their body. They don't feel it. And it's so crazy. It's like, how do you not feel your body when you have it 24/7? But we're just so used to it. And then we get so caught up in our headspace, we just start focusing on the mental chatter, going on and on and on, that we forget we are safe. So you are at home in your body. You don't have to look for home. So I think security and safety, even I think maybe this security and safety might be playing into how you're feeling around your resources here with this mother lode, prosperous. And the universe just wants you to know, feeling at home in your body will help you to connect to the energy and the frequency of prosperity, plenty, and taken care of here. You are taken care of because you're a child divine, as we all are. We have your innocence, purity, redemption suggest a special connection with the divine. Yeah, and the way I would say, like, what is a child divine? It could be a combination of things. It could be that you're more developed, you're more conscious. You've been conscious probably since you were a kid, more conscious than most people since you were a kid. You noticed something was a little off about the world, or that you were different, and maybe you just sense that there was some sort of mystical magic that was always happening around you that you sensed, and you're sensitive to it. And this makes you a natural shapeshifter. You may have even shapeshifted in reality where, you found a way to blend in pretty easily with certain environments. Virgo is actually a mutable sign, as is Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces. So those are some of the mutable energies where people are able to shapeshift in different environments pretty well. But in this sense, I think you can use this shapeshifting to shift back into your body where you can feel more at home, more at peace in your own existence here. And I think the shapeshifter is also just about embracing this ability to be like moldable. As a child divine energy, if you have a lot of mutable energy in your chart, even the houses, so like the 9th house, 12th house, 3rd house, or 6th house emphasis, then you have mutable qualities. You're flexible to energy, to time, and maybe you're in this space right now in your life where flexibility is just becoming more of an apparent necessity, like embracing that. So for your heart chakra affirmation, we have your I'm open to love and I receive more of it every day. Yes, always. That's always the message divine is sending. You are there to receive love. I think, honestly, with that 5-5, that's making me think of doing a really simple 5-minute meditation when you wake up and just say, okay, I'm here. And just connecting to your body, and don't touch your phone. Okay, don't touch your phone. Don't do anything else. Just wake up and give yourself that first 5 minutes where you get to just be here and embrace, like, okay, I'm human. And some of you actually might be from higher realms and you might have came here. So you might feel sometimes out of touch, like very much like an alien here in this universe. And so you need to ground a little bit more, because otherwise you're going to feel so unsettled in this existence. And you are here to be here on Earth. Mother Earth is here to look after you and support you. All right. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and close out your reading. So we had 5-5, 1-6, and another 11. Yeah, definitely about self-mastery. And then we have the 1 here. So definitely embracing self-masteries of importance. Okay, we have, 12th house, mutable house. We got Sun, 12th house, and Aries. All right, it is Aries season right now, so definitely embrace that. I think we're right at, maybe like 10 degrees, 11 degrees Aries so far, almost about midway through. Actually, by the time I upload this, we might be around midway through Aries season. So shine bright like a diamond. Aries is about this, just, really prioritizing yourself. This is a really good season and time to prioritize yourself. And with that 12th house energy, they're definitely asking you to prioritize yourself in relation to the divine. So if the divine was your mother and your divine was giving you instructions or advice on how to live a wonderful quality life, what would those instructions be, right? How would that be unfolding? I think you're also at this point where you're discovering some truths about yourself as well. You're making some poignant discoveries that are awakening some sensations, or it's brightening or bringing some sort of alertness into your eyes and awareness of this world and how things are operating. And it feels maybe like a new journey, like a new chapter, or just a new way of being. And yeah, you might be in this transitional space where you're starting to embrace this new you that wants to come alive and come out. And it feels really celebratory. You know, with that Sun and Aries energy, that's where the Sun is exalted. It feels like this is a celebratory experience at the divine, where the divine is cheering you on and they're saying, yes, keep going. You are doing it. Focus on it. You are a divine child. If you had a question about this, group number 1, there's no doubt about it here with the confirmation of these cards. It's showing you, and that song is showing you, that you are a divine child. And you are quite aware and awake, and you can use this to just create more peace in your life. And to know that, you know, as a divine child, I mean, that makes you realize that you're not here to be a practical adult like you might have thought you were. You're actually here to be a divine child, and that's even better. That's a bit higher in rank, okay? If you tell me from being I need to be a serious adult in this world here, you still have a responsibility, but the responsibility goes to you. It goes to how you take care of yourself and how you respond to this world. And this is very like hippie energy. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna kind of like enjoy this ride, and I'm not gonna like put all of this pressure on myself to get things right or do it like this or do it like that. I can kind of relax a little bit more. All right, so that's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and let me know if this resonated. Thank you. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So let's go ahead and look at your album art here. So you guys got the line, treat them as yourself. Let's go ahead and reveal your song. So I may or may not sing some of this. We'll see. Whatever I can remember. And I may or may not play the tune, just depending on whether YouTube copyrights it or not. My song. Yeah, they've done that before. Oh, I must have wrote this one close to group number 1's. Okay. So you guys got the song Mine or Us. So this was written on 11/11/24, November 11th, 2024. All right, so I might sing it, read it out, we'll see. I might play a line.
Sometimes you just don't know what to do because it's too much. Cleanse me of my sins, soften my heart and heart. Take the pressure off my mind. On these shattered parts mine, this damage to cause, the pain not delivered. All mine. It's all mine. It's all mine. It's all mine. When I kill you, I kill myself. The poison I take, you take too. How long will I hurt you? And you hurt me too. ever hear. And it's time to listen to the God you are, who wants to serve with humility and cause no harm. Treat them as yourself and connect to the soul. The soul is all eyes. It only knows trust. Leading when you can and flow with the divine plan. All eyes.
Okay, so I forgot to mention the part where I didn't, this isn't the exact order. I mean, logically, yes, or timeline. Okay, I don't know. This is in the right order, but I had some repetitions that I'm not singing because we're trying to save time here. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the lyrics and we can look at the album cover here. So it looks like we have a couple here, and the minor us, it looks, I guess we'll get into it. Let me talk about both of them at the same time, and you can just sort of meditate on that picture. So we have sometimes you don't know what to do because it's too much. Cleanse me of my sins. Soften my hardened heart. Take the pressure off my mind. Aren't these shattered parts mine? The damage I caused, the pain I delivered, all mine. It's all mine. So this starts off, I remember what I was going through when I wrote this, and funny enough is it kind of was inspired by like some other things someone else was going through as well during this time. But sometimes in life we're in a conflicted state of existence where we just feel confused and we don't know what to do and we feel so overwhelmed. And this is a moment where I think we often turn to God or Source because we feel maybe angry or frustrated that we feel like it's out of our hands. So that's where we start, asking for help or assistance or advice. And maybe we start noticing that what's causing that conflict is the fact that we've closed our heart off. So soften my hardened heart. Take the pressure off my mind. Aren't these shattered parts mine? Yeah, so often where a lot of the conflicting energy is coming from that pressure that we're feeling mentally within ourselves. And then there's a combination of shame and guilt. Shame, guilt, anger that's mixed into this. Aren't these shattered parts mine? So that's the guilt. That's the guilt of feeling imperfect that we all feel at times. Like, I just feel so bad that I just can't get this right. This damage I caused. That's us taking accountability for understanding that we play a part in our karmic cycle. We play a part in the repetitive lessons that we're having to learn because we're the ones who are reacting to those situations. And so when we react in a way that's not healthy for us, we are causing harm to someone in some way. And I think Carolyn Mace has a beautiful way of reminding people to take accountability and understand, look, just because you want to break free the matrix or you're seeking the divine, it doesn't make you a better person necessarily. It just makes you more self-aware now that you have a choice to do better. Now are you willing to take the responsibility of doing better? So it says here, all mine, all mine. Yeah, and that's a combination of like accountability of realizing we're doing this to ourselves by like repetitively thinking about it. We're causing the harm to other people by repetitively playing a part in it. But there's also that question mark, like, is it all ours? And the rest of the lines reveal that it's not. So it says here, when I kill you, I kill myself. So that's the karmic cycle. So when you hurt someone, it does boomerang back to you. So there's really no point in going out of your way to hurt someone. If we have that intent to want to do that, we have to find a way to really pull back from it as much as possible. Even if someone else is just coming with you full force and they want to hurt you, doesn't mean you should participate in it. All right. Pull back that energy. It says here, the poison I take, you take too. Yeah, the poison, that's the words, that's the negative thoughts that we think. How long will I hurt you and you hurt me too? Do we want to keep doing this karmically? Do we want to keep playing into this Shakespearean play? This isn't the fairy tale I dreamed of as a little girl. So that line is saying that to some degree we have some sort of idealistic fixation in how we think things are supposed to be. And that's part of what's causing the frustration. Like, whoa, I thought I was going to have something so much better than this. Like, what the heck is this? Like, why am I getting this frustration and this pushback in my life? And that's because there's some aspect to us that is innocent, that believes in fairy tales. And the universe isn't necessarily telling you not to believe in fairy tales or magic. It's just, it's harder to do in this reality because you will be challenged. So we have here, this explains everything. Illusion, delusion, apparition of my own volition. So illusion, delusion, apparition. So that means it's not real, of my own volition. That means we're the ones playing a part in sustaining the false reality. So this is about how we're perceiving things. The whole point of awakening is to alleviate us of harming ourselves and of feeling the pain, creating and participating in the pain cycle. Something's telling you you don't have to participate in this pain cycle anymore. You don't have to perpetuate it any longer. So illusion, delusion, apparition. So that means that to some degree, in order for the delusion to sustain, you have to believe in it. Like, you have to believe this is scary, this is scary. You have to keep saying, I'm scared, I'm scared. You have to keep saying things like that. So it says here, the demons do a real good job of dividing us. Hidden in our shadowy depths, we never suss them out because we think it's all mine. It's all mine. Yeah, so when I meditated on those darker shadowy energies, they do exist. It's very interesting. But someone said this. They said that the shadow and the light don't battle. They actually just synchronize around each other, right? And they're just playing into the Shakespearean play. That's it. And we, as a freewheeling vessel here, can choose how to partake in it. So our shadow side does need to be integrated, and it will be through an awakening process here. It will be integrated where you'll see the shadow, you'll look directly at it, you'll see your shadowy parts, and you won't be ashamed anymore. You'll understand that it's just an energy that, it flits in and out of you. But you get to control your body. Even if these dark, frustrating thoughts or whatever come in and out of your energy, you get to choose. Follow your heart. You get to choose to be kind. You get to choose to do the right thing. So no, they're not controlling you. Okay. When these people, someone says it takes a lot of energy for those things to possess you. Like, it takes a lot. You literally have to give all your free will away in order for those forces to take over. So they're not possessing people. Often what they're doing is they're influencing, as energy does. And all we have to do is focus on a negative thought so fixedly, just dive right into there, sink our teeth right in there, and they can come right into our energy. And we open the door for that. We open the door. So we have to make a choice. So even in the album cover here, should I finish the song? Yeah, we'll finish the song. So we have here, they do a real good job of dividing us, hidden in our shadowy depths. We never suss them out because we think it's all mine. So that's telling you, we're a character, okay? We're a sim character, and these darker forces and energies, they influence us. So they're just kind of sitting in our energy, and then when we focus on those negative thoughts, they come a little closer, and we're just like, ah, and we're the ones expressing it and saying all these things and obsessing over these thoughts. But if you understand that that's what's doing it, that's not you. Those darker thoughts aren't you. So you don't have to be like, I feel so terrible for thinking dark thoughts. I'm like, no, if you're in this world as a human, you're probably going to think some dark thoughts from time to time. But you have to understand it's not you. And the more detached you become, the less of a participant you become with them. So you got to suss them out and be like, oh yeah, that's not me. Blinded by when you take action, that is you. That is you. Blinded by deception that has clouded our perception. Yeah. That has clouded our perception. Yeah. You're being deceived. Programming. But if we chose If we choose inception, we'll arrive at perfection. So the perfection is like waking up in the dream, realizing I'm asleep, wake up. So inception. So you got to dive in to come out kind of thing. Angels here with us, the sweetest sound you'll ever hear. So the angels are always here, no matter what. They never leave our side, never, never. Admit it's time to listen to the God you are, who wants to serve with humility and cause no harm. Treat them as yourself and connect to the soul. That's self-explanatory. The soul is all us. It only knows trust. Lean in when you can and flow with the divine plan. All us. Yeah, so the soul trusts the journey, and that's what you are being encouraged to do from source here. Looking at this album cover, we have a man and woman, and they have their backs to each other because they're in conflict with one another. So if you see, there's like a partition of the upper and the lower part. There's a darker, shadowy part, and it's layered right over their mouths, because that's showing you the poison that they're drinking or they're consuming. Kind of like little dark gothic gothic romance, Romeo and Juliet vibe going on here. But we got the angel wings over, but we also have a silhouette, right? So it's the shadow here, and it's our integrated shadow that we're having to work with. And understand, this is not something we have to be ashamed of. It's just something that we integrate, we make peace with it, we accept the journey, and we trust the divine plan, and no longer feel like we have to participate in any kind of victim story within us. So you guys got 11, 11, and 24. Yeah, so, let me talk about the title. So it's mine or us. Yeah, you are part of the whole. And I think I kind of differentiated. You have personal accountability for your actions in this lifetime, but you are influenced by both. You're influenced by divinity, and you're influenced by the darker, shadowy energies. And if you can flow, you can find a way to just like merge and exist. You can perfectly integrate both energies so that you move through life peacefully with a neutrality of some sort. Yeah, the integration of the shadow is really interesting. I think it plays a very important role in helping us to be able to discern. Like, we have to know what's not good and what's helping us and what is not helping us. What's a healthier approach, what's not healthy. That's why discernment is important. So you don't want to be all love and light. It's like love and light, yes, but understand that there's shadowy energies here too. Use your discernment and take accountability for your choices. So with this 11-11, this is about exercising self-mastery. This is about the basics and keeping it nice and simple. 2 and 4 here. 2 is about finding balance, and 4 is about staying grounded. Nice. Okay, let us pull some cards and see if there is... Also, yeah, I have an umbrella here. Umbrella symbolizes divine protection. Beautiful. And the cat energy symbolizes sensuality. And we got a bear here. I didn't really talk about that with the other group, which I don't know. It's like a bear or a polar bear. I think polar bears are considered to be resilient because they're like out in the tundra. And they're sort of solo. You know, there's not like a ton of them hanging out together. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some cards and see what wants to come through. So we got 7 of Wands. So this is a combination of be resilient. And I always see this 7 of Wands as using your tools. So we got the High Priestess here. And some of the tools that you can use for yourself is that you are very connected to your own personal divinity. And the High Priestess is this energy of divine wisdom here. And she has her arms out and open. So she's very much the most receptive. She's the energy of the goddess, right? So I think this is about your own personal ability to receive and be receptive. And be receptive to insight and knowledge that's coming to you all the time. So I feel like you guys are open books. You know, this aura energy around me is telling me that you have a very nice open aura. But maybe at times this can be quite frustrating because with you having an open aura, maybe at times you've been sensitive to those darker energies, just feeling the pressure of it. Everyone is being picked on, so to speak, by those darker shadowy energies. It's just some people feel more sensitive, and they feel more like a victim because of it. Like, oh my god, the world's tormenting me. The shadowy energies are tormenting everybody. You know, they're influencing everyone. But to me, what this high priestess is telling me is that you're much more in an empowered space than you think. You know, you might be thinking of yourself as like, oh, I'm just little old me, but they're like, no, you're a priestess. You have the ability to use the tools within you. The high priestess also says that you're quite wise, right? And you've probably gone through certain experiences where you've had to be continuously resilient. And the resilience is more of a quiet, strong-willed resilience. You know, speak up where you need be, but I'm seeing like a quiet resilience. You know, the high priestess is not I just don't get this energy that she would be vocal, because she's almost like a deity kind of vibe. She kind of just looks at you and you just be like, oh yeah, like you just know it. I don't know, I'm just like seeing it in my head. I feel like she would be sending, what do you call it, telepathic thoughts to people and whatnot. And I think this is also showing me that you actually have more influence. Like, let's say you think that you're the lesser one in a situation or whatever, and you're like, oh, this person's being mean to me. But they're like, you're a high priestess. Why don't you just use your abilities to use your power of persuasion? Not manipulation. Basically, just like send out loving energies and thoughts into the world. Be like, well, I'm at peace with all. And then it will chill out. So it's like, it's almost like they're saying, you think you're human and you're not, but okay. Okay, we have here the shields. Yeah, so that's the divine protection with the umbrella that's coming through. 9 Aries. Yeah, oh, you guys got the cat. That's kind of crazy. Or not, I don't know. You know what? It's just energy. I don't know. You know, I had a while moment, like when I was first doing this channel, where I'm like, am I influencing these cards to come out? And when I was listening to other people's readings, they had similar energies coming out. So I'm like, okay, I'm not influencing it. I'm just an open book, and I'm just literally speaking what's about to happen. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So the cat energy is like this energy of unbothered. It's the sensuality. We have another 4 here coming out, which is about stability. He's just so chill. He's unbothered. He's like, you know, life just kind of works out for me all the time. So why would I worry? I'm not even normal like everybody else. I don't have problems like that. My problems just somehow get resolved. Yeah, so this is about understanding that things just sort of will always work out for you. And you know, what's interesting is, okay, I think unaffected is what I'm being drawn to, unaffected. And we have here, not my problem. And I think part of the problem is we always think we have all these problems, and we don't realize it's not quite our problem. As in, the universe doesn't want you to fix the problems. That's the thing. Humans are so convinced that they're the ones who fix the problems. And like, you're not the one who fixes the problems. That's what the problem is. And I like how we have the color synchronicity here going on with the red and black. Beautiful. Yeah, and I think that red and black is definitely that energy of power. We get those blue energies coming through strong. Let's see what else we got going through. We have here advocate. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Yeah. I think this is also about understanding that your emotions, how you feel about something, where you direct your attention, intention, and energy is what's actually creating more of a positive experience for you. So you can use this as an opportunity, you know, to be resilient here, but also to exercise compassion for yourself. Exercise compassion. And understanding that maybe sometimes people aren't always going to be kind and things are going to be hard, but that's just the way of the world. And it's not about, it's my fault. It's just kind of the way it's designed, and you're a sim character in it. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. We have here square, a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. Yeah, and I think life will sometimes send us squares. You might be experiencing some sort of square in your chart. I don't know what planets are square from one another right now, but you might be experiencing some sort of square, some sort of mountain climb up here that you're having to go through. And part of this is just, it's your destiny. Like, this is just the timing of the situation, the unfolding of it. And you're just being called to keep going. We have here the pilgrim. Yeah, keep going. Making that pilgrimage. Yeah, you're on a journey to learn about yourself. We have the sword. That's about discernment. Here we have the shield, and he's carrying a sword as well with him. And then we have here the underworld. Yeah, that's the shadowy energy at times. So, like, just imagine you're going through this really intense, darker underworld, like forest of darkness. And you have here your shield, you got your sword here, and the shield is supposed to help create discernment for you so you can cut through the weeds or just cut through the darkness. That way you can, but you have to move through maybe with more grace. Understand that you are sort of in a shadowy aspect. You know, the high priestess also has that hidden energy. She's about divine timing and just trusting the process. So you're going through a process where you're strengthening in your abilities of discernment right now with this sword. And it's teaching you a lot about yourself. You know, with this crescent moon, it's teaching you how to use your intuition. It's teaching you how to move through conflicting energies, perhaps. And this pilgrimage is also teaching you a lot about yourself. So if you're ascending into higher states of consciousness, then you have to make a pilgrimage, right? You're making an energetic pilgrimage. And so the way that this is going to manifest in your life is there's going to be some sort of obstacle that forms so that, you know, in this realm of existence, you're experiencing a consistent conflict that's showing up for you. And that's because you're rising in your states of consciousness. So this is a really great sign that you are growing and that you're helping yourself in some way. You know, this is the very thing that we're here to experience is spiritual evolution. It's just we get caught up in thinking that we're just this material body and character. So yeah, you're ascending into higher states of consciousness with the high priestess. And I feel like this is going to help to strengthen you and put you in a position of power to help others to do the same for themselves. Okay, let's close out your reading. So we have kind of like collapsed hands. There's an eye here, and there's like the mountain. Yeah, discernment, using your intuition to guide you. And this feels kind of like high priestess energy wise. I think that's about just understanding you have those magical tools within you, including the sword of discernment to move through this underworld. So we have your sun, Pisces in the first house. Interesting. Very similar energies to group number 1. So you got sun in the first. Yeah, so this is about you understanding truth of your own existence. I think you're in this space right now where you're understanding who you are and what you are. Currently, sun is going through Aries. If you follow Vedic Astrology, it might be for Western too, right? So yeah, by the time I shoot this, we might be about halfway through the Aries season for Vedic Astrology. And this is just a really good time with sun transiting through Aries for us to embrace this brightening energy that's happening within ourselves. We are being illuminated, you know, in our own existence. So it looks like you're being illuminated, and you're, you know, with this sun-like energy here behind her, you're getting this clear understanding of who you are and what you are. I love that you got Pisces energy because it's all of the zodiac signs. I think you're understanding that you are a culmination of everything with this high priestess here. You're not just like, oh, I was born in the season of fall, so I must be this zodiac sign. No, you're actually everything, because when you rise up into higher states of consciousness, you actually become all of these zodiac signs, interestingly enough. Yeah. You become moldable, flexible. You become the knower, the mystic who understands how life works. You become the one that people go to understand how life works. Yeah, so you're at a very profound, pivotal time of shifts, transformations, and change happening within you. So just continue to embrace it, and Source is just encouraging you and applauding you for your ability to be courageous, to do this because most people in this world do not choose this pathway. All right, that's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and let me know what you're thinking. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So if you guys chose the third album cover, so you guys got the line, destroy impurities and reveal obscurities. And we have this beautiful black and white paint design with a heart cutout. And through it, we have a watercolor design of the ocean and an island of some sort. All right, let's go ahead and uncover the song that you got here. So with the sticker, looks like you have this cute polar bear who has a little cat friend who's coming up behind him. He looks pretty content and at peace. And it kind of gives me that island vibes as well. Just chilling. So the song, oops, about to tear apart my hard work, my origami paper envelope. Yeah. I had an origami phase back in, was it high school? I think so. Could have been junior high. But yeah, origami sure does come in handy when you need something made. So the song you guys have is Kali Ma. All right. So I may sing the lyrics, read the lyrics, or play a piece of the tune depending on if YouTube doesn't copyright my song. Okay, so I wrote this in June. So June 29th, 2024, Kali Ma.
It's time, I can't deny that I see you. You're the spot in my heart, a perfect view. It's only for a moment, a temporary discomfort. A day I'll need to be renewed in my destiny. I'll hold it together as the latest chip away. The sunshine down reflects a million rays. I'm mystic, you are paving a way to a treasure chest at the bottom of the bay. Can you hold it together? Count your Roman numerals of forever. A mystic come out to play, and the cycle starts today. It's a random on purpose happening, a mystical blurry clearly imagining. The passion is a complex feeling. I'm peeling the layers. Kali, 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 destroy impurities and reveal obscurities. I'm trading this agony for one-way ticket to heaven. A new earth I co-create from within. A true paradise where I join my kin. The fire in me is built in. A mystic feeling of power.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not tone deaf. I'm not exactly a singer either. I'm just kind of doing the best I can with what I got. All right, so let's go over the song, then we'll talk about the album cover here. So we have It's Time, I Can't Deny That I See You. So It's Time, I Can't Deny That I See You, that's like, it's time. Okay, we're at a pivotal time right now where I've been noticing I've been getting like the gong and the bell in some of the readings, and I was like, what the heck is that? That is that's the judgment call. So there is a ringing of a bell, there's a calling of sorts that the universe is sending out, like a sonic wave of signals. It's telling people to wake up, and it's telling people to wake up for a reason. So this is acknowledging that you're understanding it's time for a huge transformation to happen in your life right now, group number 3. I can't deny that I see you. So that means that you are not in denial of the truth. You want to see the truth, you want to embrace it. You're the spark in my eye, a perfect view. And, you know, looking at this album cover, it looks like we have a perfect view of that island, which that was, I wasn't thinking that hard about it. I have a line where I write paradise, and that's why I create that picture. But yeah, you know, when I'm choosing images to come together, it's a very intuitive process, and it's pretty amazing, you know, because I'm not thinking that hard. That one was actually the easiest one for me to create. And yeah, it's just weird. Synchronicity is kind of bizarre. Like everything just be syncing up sometimes. Okay. You're a spark in my eye, a perfect view. It's only for a moment. So the moment, the flash of a moment could just speak to like a flash of change in time where things just become somewhat different. It could also be about embracing the moment. So we have here a temporary discomfort. So that the temporary discomfort is about when we're going through our ascension process. It is very uncomfortable because you have to understand that it requires strength, muscles. And while you're using your spiritual muscles to climb up into higher states of consciousness and to sustain it, you're having to move through all of these layers. And it really takes some courage and just like all kind of mental, emotional, even physical strength to move through that. And so you might be experiencing something in your physical reality where things are limited or obstructed. Yes, and that is on purpose. I die only to be renewed in my destiny. Yeah, so Kali Ma is that reference to destruction and purification. Kali Ma, you know, she holds the sword. She's about cutting through the truth, cutting through the BS. And so the BS is the delusions and the false delusions of how we've seen reality. You guys got 144 here. Kind of cool. Okay. I die only to be renewed in my destiny. So a death is only a birth to something new. And sometimes it's so hard for us to let go of certain situations that aren't working for us, or whatever is not working for us, because we were used to it working for some time. And they're saying here that you're going to be renewed in your destiny. So you're only going to be put on path to doing something with this heart cutout shape here. You're only going to be put on path to experiencing something that you love. So you're not getting a downgrade, you're getting an upgrade. Here. It says here, I hold it together as the layers chip away. Yeah, so you're like an onion, the layers are falling away, and it's a painful process sometimes. Seeing the truth is a bit of a painful process. It could be a little off-putting because you're still in this realm and experiencing people who don't get it, what you're doing perhaps, and that could be quite uncomfortable, is embracing your authentic pathway. But it requires a lot of detachment because you have attachment to, you know, relationships and situations that no longer fit your identity or fit your destiny. I hold it together as the layers chip away. The sun shines down and reflects a million rays. Yeah, so the sun is shining down on you no matter what. It's giving you support. Oh, mystic, you are paving the way. And the sun is about illuminating your path. It illuminates your path. It illuminates the truth. And it gives you a stronger sense of self. And there's the identity again, like a new identity. Oh, mystic, you are paving the way to a treasure chest at the bottom of the bay. Yeah, so if we see the island here in the album cover, just imagine there's, you know, maybe this is a bay and maybe there is a treasure chest somewhere here. And the treasure chest, you know, is the truth. It's all the glittering parts of you didn't realize existed, but they do. That's you. You're the treasure at the bottom of the bay, but you have to dive into your own depths to understand there's a deeper essence to you beyond this character that you play. You are the mystic. Can you hold it together? That's the challenge. Hold it together. hold it together. It's just like keep calm, right? Meditate, stay at peace. Count your Roman numerals up forever. I don't know. I just wrote that because it rhymed. But it's funny because, I have this deck here with Roman numerals. So we'll see what Roman numeral card you get to pick today. But the Roman numerals, I think that's like timing, maybe divine timing. Count your Roman numerals forever, understanding that you are everlasting, you're timeless. Maybe that's what it means. Oh, mystic, come out to play. So that means coming out of the closet. You are a mystic. It's time to come out of the closet as the mystic that you are. No need to hide away. A mystic is one who knows the truth of the mysteries of life. A mystic is the one who sees the truth to life's existence. A new cycle starts today. Yeah, who knows, whether that's today, tomorrow, in a year. I ain't putting any final numbers on anything. Life is a continuous evolution here. But I think this is about the choice to choose the true you that wants to be and exist today, and choose that every day. So choose it now, choose it tomorrow, whatever. Don't be like, well, let me wait till February of next year to become the mystic or what. No, like choose it today. Don't wait. Don't put off your dreams. It's a random on purpose happening. Yeah, I like that. That's a, what do you call it when you pair two words that are opposites next to each other? I don't know. My English is failing me. Oxymoron? I don't know, maybe. It's a random on purpose happening. So it feels like amorphous, where it's just like, oh, did I try to make this happen? Does it happen on accident? It's a little bit of both, right? Because it's like, it's synchronicity, it's intentional, but then it kind of just shows up randomly when it wants to. Yeah, it's just happening. We have here a mystical, blurry, clear imagining. Yeah, there's the oxymoron again, blurry and clear. I think that just goes to show you that our perception is really just determined by our relationship to reality. So things can be blurry or clear depending on our ability to imagine or just use our intuition or our third eye or inner insight here, our visionary capabilities. My passion is a complex, easy feeling. Yeah, I think the complexity is just like how multifaceted passion can be. Sometimes we're just passionate because we care about something, we care about people, or maybe even protective of an idea that we like. But it's so easy when you lead with passion. It's so easy to know what to do. And that's what I like to lead my life with, is I like to lead with passion. And the passion shows me what I really care about. I'm like, oh, I care about, helping people in this way. I care about myself in this way. And it's that passionate feeling that always tells me what I'm here to do. And sometimes people are just like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, what do you care about? Like, you care about people? You want to help people? You want to help yourself first? Do you care about being healthy? Do you care about living a better quality life? Like, what are you passionate about? That passion will give you clarity of your destiny. That passion will give you clarity of purpose, for sure. Maybe you're passionate about helping the kids. Who knows? Maybe I'm peeling the layers. So yeah, I just imagine you peeling. You're the one helping to aid in you peeling your own layers as they're falling away. Kali Kali Ma, Kali Kali Ma. Yeah, Kali Ma is about facing fear, facing those difficulties. We have this like black and white image and it looks a little like abstract and kind of messy, which is what life can be, a little destructive here. But beyond that destructiveness here of this, Kali Ma is this beautiful, pure light and energy here, this pure heart energy. Destroy impurities and reveal obscurities. So what was obscure before and you couldn't see it clearly, you had no idea what was going on. Well, it looks like this black and white. Let's imagine it was all like chaotic black and white, and then all of a sudden there's heart, your passion carved out this clear picture of what you're meant for, what your destiny is, who you're here to be. And you're just like, no, I know who I am and what I'm here to do, what I'm here to be. Oh my gosh, I feel so much better now. I was just trying to figure it out and now I've done it. So it looks like you're carving, right? Peeling the layers, you're carving at that heart cutout, and you're finding a way through. Okay, I'm trading this agony for a one-way ticket to heaven. Yeah, Heaven is a higher consciousness, higher conscious state. If you were to research the 14 lokas, heaven is one of those lokas, right? It's a plane of existence. We are the earth existence, and then you have the darker hellish existence. So there are 7 below, 7 above, or maybe I don't know, something like that. I think so. Maybe 6 above. I don't know. 7 above, 6 below. Yeah, and then above earth is like all of these. There's the different realms of existence here. So this is saying you're evolving upwards, you're ascending, you're moving up the stairway to heaven. One-way ticket. So the one-way ticket is this determination to be like, I am going to be focused on moving up in my ascension. I will not let anything deter me from my progress. That is what you're saying. A new earth I co-create from within. Yeah, and that kind of looks like new earth energy here in the heart cut out. That's the new earth that I think everybody wants. It's just this paradise, this peace, fresh air, clean oceans, nature. And that's you. Like, you're a reflection of the new earth. You are of earth energy. So you co-create a new earth I co-create from within, a true paradise where I join my kin. The fire in me is building. Oh, mystic, feel your powers. Yeah, this song is like really exciting. I honestly, all of the songs that I shared today, I've obsessively listened to all of them. But this one was like super fun, very exciting, fun tune to follow. It's just really about following that passion. And I think it's kind of perfect that you guys got the orange and yellow envelope here for Kali Ma. It's very fitting for the paradise, the excitement, the passion, the fire, the love that's building in you. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards here to close out your reading. We get judgment. That's the calling. That's the bell. That's the announcement here. That's the rebirth. Okay. So, yeah, Source just wants to say, listen to that calling. That Source is telling you, you are here for your rebirth. You are doing it. Lady Justice is here. I had a really cool dream, and I'll share this with you guys because I know collectively we're all going through this. But I had a dream of Statue of Liberty. Yeah, I was climbing up in the Statue of Liberty. I've never been to the Statue of Liberty, but for some reason in my dream, my brain was able to create this vision. I was climbing up in her crown area. And I was like looking down at the water in New York. But yeah, maybe this is New York here with the buildings, and that's the Statue of Liberty kind of. But that's the freedom here, the calling. It's time to step up. It's time to move in. Climb up the Statue of Liberty and towards your freedom. So this is leading you towards freedom. Freedom. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. We have here ballet shoes 9 Sagittarius. So I imagine when those ballet dancers are standing on their tippy toes, owie, owie, ouch. That sounds like it really hurts. You really have to build that muscle over time. Be patient with it repeatedly until you're able to strongly hold that position. So you're learning how to hold a higher state of position when it comes to ascension. You're learning how to stabilize that higher state of consciousness and stay focused here. Not letting anything deter you from this. This is like a rinse and repeat kind of thing. Choose freedom, choose your heart. Don't choose to fall into the trickery of this material world. Do not fall for the tricks. We have here Prince and we have here Prostitute. Interesting. That same combo showed up for another reading. How funny is that? We have Romantic Charm, Potential for Power. Your prostitute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Okay. Well, I mean, the Prince is kind of like the knight archetype. The Prince, like, he has a bouquet here. He always saves the princess. What else can I say about the Prince? I think, with the romantic charm here, there's an energy of love coming through and nobility. Yeah, so I think this is about choosing your heart, choosing a noble love within you. over money. Here, material persuasion. Here with the prostitute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. This is really hard to do. A lot of people, pretty much almost everybody, gives into money. They give into money, and that's really hard. Because no one's like, yeah, I'm totally okay with being broke, and like, especially when you have other obligations, like you're taking care of your family or your pets. That is really hard. But, you know, the divine is always going to challenge you to choose your heart, because that's how you rise into higher states of consciousness. It's not choosing money. The money thing is the lower realms. Money is the lower realms. It's not the upper realms. So if you want to be demoted, choose money. If you want to be promoted, choose your heart. And that's just hard for people to do. And yeah, I get it. I think it's better to start sooner than later. You know, people who went on their spiritual path as soon as they turned 18, I just look at them like that was probably the best time to do it. Because it just gets a little bit harder each time. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. So we have the vision. Yeah, you are a visionary. That also means you're intuitive, and you have the sight, the ability to use your inner sight. This is an ability, not a gift. We have the box. Step out of the box. And we have here Aletheia, which is about truth, I believe. Knowing what's true and using your discernment. So these are the Roman numerals. We got LV, XLIV, and LXXVII. Cool. Yeah, so step out of the box, step out of the norm. I feel like even for the prince, you know, I feel like the prince would have a hard time because he's all about tradition. And so in order to kind of break free of that traditional role or traditional experiences, you got to think outside of the box. Here, or just, the thing is, you already got the thought to step out of the box. You have to just follow your heart to keep doing that, stay true to that as well. And this also reminds me of a pyramid looking down onto it. And every time I see pyramids, they're about synchronicity and receiving the truth from the universe. Here, and with Aletheia. With the vision here, we have two sets of hand, two owls. So we have that line about the kin that's showing you that if your fear is not being supported or not having a family or people around you to support you, that's not a legitimate fear, because it's the opposite. You trust yourself, you bet on yourself, and people will bet on you. People will support you. That's the way it works. It's inside out, not outside in. Okay, we'll close this reading here for you guys. So we got Mercury. So this is about your thoughts and how you're thinking. This is what's going through a shift and an upgrade, is how you think and how you communicate about things. So this is just about the ideas that keep moving through you, like with the vision here. What kind of ideas, images, maybe even dreams, ideas, concepts that have been showing up for you, that is showing you what direction you're moving in and where you're going. Okay, we have here crown chakra. Nice. I'm open to the abundance and the greatness the universe offers. Yeah, you don't have to compromise yourself for the abundance, because the abundance will find you. It will find you. I'm open to the abundance and the greatness the universe offers. Yeah, that's about embracing the magic. For sure, the possibilities, the paradise you get to experience. With that Mercury energy and with this being songs from source, I think it would also be wonderful for you to use songs to find a way to connect with these crown chakra visionary messages that the divine is sending to you. So all inspiration comes from something. Sometimes they come from lower realms of existence. Some of them come from higher realms of existence here. And perhaps there's some higher realms of existence through crown chakra that you are receiving from divinity. The lower entities can really connect to you through your lower chakras, your roots, sacral, and solar. So they use your ego, they use fear, they use material experiences to get you to lean more into that side as opposed to leaning into the light. But what the Aletheia is showing us is that we actually integrate both the shadow and our light. We find a way to harmonize both of them so that they no longer, we're no longer feeling this battle within us. All right, well, I don't have the book, but I do remember that this one was talking about truth. You can also look into that. Intuitively, what I'm picking up with the roses, roses grow, they have thorns, but a rose is, I don't know, there's something noble and enriching about a rose. The color, the petals, it's quite graceful. And I think it's also symbolic of maturity as well. So you're going through a maturation process that's teaching you a lot about yourself during this time. And it's showing you, it's showing you the abundance you're able to access from within that the universe is making available to you. All right, let's close out your reading, group number 3. Right, so we got Mars, Scorpio. Oh, this group got a bit of different energy. So you got Mars, Scorpio in the 9th house. Huh. So Mars is a technician. Mars is the action action oriented as well. 9th house would be quite action oriented, and your actions would be oriented towards truth and transformation in this case. That 9th house and expansion. So I think they're really encouraging you to continuously learn. This is a time to continuously learn, to expand, to grow, to embrace the death and rebirth, the ending and beginnings that's happening in your life, the transformation you're going through. Scorpios, if you have some sort of strong Scorpio energy in your chart, usually those people do not start or end the same. They don't end the same way they started. They are usually a very different person from who they were at different periods of their life. And this is telling me, it's giving me the energy of someone who really embraces transformation. They're so excited, what am I going to become next, kind of thing. And this is showing me that you have the ability to just constantly transform and challenge yourself. I'm hearing that this group likes to be challenged. And with this Mars in Scorpio, that's showing me that you have some sort of competitive edge with yourself where you're like, okay, what's the next thing I can do? How can I challenge myself even more? You guys are the ones who would go in the gym. You're like, let me do extra work. The spiritual gym. You want to do more of the work to see what you can learn, how you can maybe perfect something as well. I'm going to pull just a couple cards just to finalize your guys' reading here, group number 3. Oh, that was so funny. Okay, so we have here 10 of Swords. So that's the closing of a cycle. We have Queen of Wands. Yeah, so that's about owning your own personal confidence. It's very Sagittarius here. We got 2 Sagittarius, 2 9s going on here. We got another 9 here. That's kind of cool. We have here 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely talking about your relationship to the material reality. And with the Page and Knight, it's also showing you how things slowly builds and come into play over time. You're going through a process right now where you're learning how to value the consistent day-to-day work. So this is not about any kind of overnight success story. This is about consistency. And you're still moving towards, with the 10 of Swords, this shows me you're still moving towards the ending here. So right now you're consistently in the space of building up towards the ending. And then at some point, things will close out as they need to. Maybe, oh, you know what this is taking me to? It's taking me to closure or just ending things. So I don't know, we're always shown the beginning of something, but does anyone ever, how often are people comfortable with death or ending? How much do we know about how to end things properly? And I'm going to say that we're not well versed in endings. We especially in American culture, we have we like instant gratification. We like things to change immediately. And so people are not really comfortable with how do we end things So I think this is a really good time for you to investigate with that Scorpio energy. How does one end things? How does one experience a death? What is a death like? So this would be a good time to even meditate with that Ten of Swords on endings and death, things closing out. This is organic, you know, it's happening one way or another. This isn't really something where you're like, let me try to plan for this funeral. Because they're helping you to mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically prepare for every bit of this, every step of the way. They are. And you're just kind of in a learning process where it's happening. It's closing out. And I think that song really had a lot of the hints, right? So you're in a space where you're destroying impurities and you're peeling the layers. So you're peeling the layers. So this has more to do with the falling away of false expectations, ideas. So all of this, I think you're lightening your load then. If you're peeling the layers, you're lightening your load as far as what you are and how you're here to exist and what your responsibilities are. Maybe it's kind of narrowing down more and more to understanding that it's just you. You are your primary responsibility here. And if you can focus on this with the Two of Pentacles, Page of Knights, the foundational work of understanding how you operate with the Queen of Wands, then you're good to go. If you can operate yourself, then you're good to go. So I'm actually hearing, don't focus on, don't even worry about what's happening next, what you're going to get next, what you need. Honestly, it's just more about focusing on observing, paying attention to the falling away of layers. So when you wake up every day, what feels more real to you? What exists? And I hear, like with Alethea, when we're peeling those layers, by the end of the day, the only thing that's able to uphold is usually the truth. Everything that falls away is not true. So this might be also a good time to revisit certain ideas and concepts of what you feel is true. Because there might be a lot of different ideas that are coming through. And I think they're kind of hearing, they're wanting you to grasp focus more on that part of the perception of reality and what's falling away for you. What really is falling away here? Yeah, this is kind of getting me thinking too. So I hope that gets you thinking, group number 3, and I'm so excited for you. Source definitely is encouraging you to continuously embrace this truth of your own existence, to understand that you are naturally abundant and beautiful, and it's just a matter of continuously embracing this out-of-the-box thinking. Because the in-the-box thinking was like very weighty, the out-of-box is like freedom. And they're just wanting you to meditate more on what that feels like and that looks like, maybe feels like more to you. All right, I will see you guys next time. Like, subscribe to support, comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.